Yo, what's up?
Oh, just living the dream.
Yeah, as you can see, only two of us.
Mhm.
Woo! To the YouTube world. Um, yeah, people are busy. Life stuff. Me and Rachel are tired.
Yeah, there's just, I feel like in general, it's a pretty fair blanket statement to just say there's kind of a lot going on with all of us right now. And so being able to find a time that really works for all four of us just hasn't been possible. But we've decided we're going to get together as much as we possibly can, even if it's just two of us, so we can still get you content and content that is especially relevant and that these two parties in particular care about a lot.
That's right. Talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. Because Daisy doesn't watch this stuff anymore. So,
Yeah,
because him and
it's
Charles are
been
into
the
anime.
anime. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited because we don't get to talk about it that much. So
Yeah. And I know I need to watch more like DC stuff so we can talk about like Snyder Cut, but I'm definitely more of a Marvel person. Um, and so just especially with WandaVision having started and already ended, and we're what, 4 episodes into the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Loki's coming out within the next 2 months. Like,
yeah,
love
Black
it.
Widow's coming out in July.
So much
Actually
Marvel
coming
content.
out. I know. Yeah, Black Widow finally coming out
I know.
after it'll be a year and a half since it was supposed to come out. When it
That's
does actually
wild.
come out. Yeah, because it's supposed to come out in May of 2020. And it's coming out July something now, actually, on Disney Plus and theaters.
Okay, gotcha. I figured a lot of people are doing the like the HBO Max and theaters or Disney Plus
Yeah,
for it, like pay an extra 20-30 bucks or whatever.
yeah,
But I feel like Black Widow is a movie you should see if you can in person.
yeah. That'll probably be the first movie I go to the theater, actually.
Same. I will be fully vaccinated as of this
Oh,
weekend.
hell yeah.
So yeah, you better believe I'm going to be in theaters for that one.
How have you been like feeling with it? Like the first one at least. Fine.
The first one was totally fine. I had like a small cold at the time anyway. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I only really felt like the arm soreness. Other than that, I was just like already kind of a little sick, which was fine. I like checked with all of the professionals. It was fine for me to go in with a slight cold as long as I didn't have a fever. Because a lot of people,
Yeah.
will jump in your throat. But I was lucky enough to be able to snag a Saturday time slot for the second dose, because the second dose apparently after is the one that you really start to feel like shit. Uh,
Yeah.
so at least it'll be on the weekend and I won't have to like miss any work or anything, which I probably could have done during the week and just miss work anyways. But
Right.
it's fine. I'm a good person. I
Right.
realized after I was like, fuck, like my work wouldn't say anything about me missing work because I got vaccinated, like I totally should have taken advantage of that. And I just,
Right. Eh,
it's
it
fine.
is what it is. I mean, if you feel like shit, like on Monday, you could just always.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna, yeah,
You're
absolutely.
like, I can't
Just
work
like,
from
I'm
home.
still just like, oh,
I
I'll be
can't get to my desk.
like, Rachel, it's in your bedroom. And I'm like, that's still like
I
15.
can't crawl out of my
I
bed.
can't sit up straight. Like, I'm like slumping over.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah.
Well,
So
hopefully it goes all right.
yeah, that's what I hope. It should be fine. It was very
Mike,
quick. I was kind of thrown off because I was able to get it through one of the mass vaccination sites in Cook County. So I went to the Des Plaines site
mm-hmm.
and I was really thrown off because like you get there, everyone's parked outside, there's a line to get in. You get inside and it's just like military, just military personnel everywhere. Like obviously
Really?
they're like nurses or whatever,
But it's like
giving
military.
vaccination, but
It's like a movie.
in the lines, registration, monitoring, like the 15 minutes after, Army.
Oh,
And I was
like
just
the
kind of,
movies.
yeah, I was kind of thrown off. I don't know what I was expecting. And they weren't even like National Guard, like all of the uniforms, like they were Army. And I think it was actually like an Air Force guy was watching the like observation area because you have to sit down for 15 minutes before you can leave to make sure you don't have any immediate like adverse reactions. And he was in like a full like jumpsuit, like you see like pilots in movies and stuff. It was like the weirdest thing ever. It was like I've never really done anything that bad in my entire life, but I was still very just like
Yeah.
and was like, I can't fuck anything. Like I can't even sniffle right now before I get kicked out. Like it was super intense.
Yeah. I guess like I would have suspected to be like if you just go to the doctor for shots.
Yeah.
So I feel that. That's weird. Well,
Yeah. I mean,
I
if
don't
you go
know. I
to like
guess
the
it's like a
CVS,
national like
yeah.
it's a national like emergency. So it's like I get it.
Yeah, like one of my best friend Maddie, she was able to get an appointment at like a Walgreens, and one of our friends that we're actually in our sorority with at school, who's a pharmacist now, gave her the vaccination. Like that was kind of cool. So if you go to places like that, like the pharmacist is just going to give you your vaccination.
Yeah, but if you go to
Super
the
low
mass
key.
one, yeah.
Yeah, but if you sign up through like the Cook County or like Kane County sites, like expect to see a lot of military people.
They just don't want any shit going down.
No, not
People
and
trying to steal back.
the guy right behind me got yelled at because he was too close to me. And I've never felt that's not true. I felt fear. But like I was so just like immediately terrified
And it
for
was like
someone else. Like
for
this
your
guy
like
was in my
betterment.
personal space. And this dude was like ripping him a new one. And I was just sitting there and I was like, oh my God, like, what am I supposed to do right now? Like, it was insane,
Oh
but
my
like
god.
a very surreal experience. And I am definitely very lucky, I would say, and blessed to be almost fully vaccinated already. So,
Are you going to the same place on Saturday?
yep. So when you are at your first appointment, when you're
Oh,
doing
they
like
just tell
registration
you the
check-in, they're
next
like,
one.
here, pick your date for your second dose
Gotcha.
because it needs to be within a specific time period and it's a separate like process or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to go back to the same one I just did because it was easy.
Right.
So yeah.
Where was that one? Like in Des Plaines? Like
No,
where
I think it was actually like an old Kmart, I want to say.
they just picked like a massive
Yeah.
warehouse or something.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's just like wires hanging from the ceiling so like every station has a computer and can like check you in. Like
that's wild.
it's,
Yeah, they've done mass ones like at United Center, which is also wild.
yeah, it's just insane.
It
But
has
I
to be
mean, like
crazy.
cool, but still just kind of like wild that we're even experiencing anything like this in our lives.
Yeah. Which one did you have to like? Which one was it that you
I
signed
got
up?
Pfizer.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I
I
was
got
just
Pfizer.
curious.
I think my mom got Pfizer, and then my dad got J&J.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully everything goes well.
I hope so. If you don't hear from me on Monday, it's because I'm 15
My
feet.
grandparents like are fully vaccinated now in Florida. They got their first ones when I was actually there in February. So
Oh wow.
they got it like that was like the end of February. So they probably it's probably like March they were fully them too.
Yeah.
They only wanted to get fully vaccinated for the cruises. There was no
Yeah.
other reason. I'm not kidding.
To each their own.
They were just like, we want to get back on the boat. I was like, okay. I guess.
That's
I guess like that's like for cruises, that's like how it's gonna be.
oh well, I
No.
mean for like most things like that. Like I was
Yeah.
talking to my doctor after And I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the process of getting my vaccines or whatever. And she was like, because everyone, posts their card. If you take your vaccination card after your second dose to like an Office Max or Staples, they laminate it for free. Because a lot of places are going to start asking for proof of vaccination.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, it's insane. But I mean, it's totally understandable. It's totally valid, especially on a cruise when you're putting a lot of people.
I think like it will be like for like, yeah, like I think at first it'll be for like big events like that. Like, like the card stuff I'm saying, like to do stuff. I feel like it's going to be like any major event.
Yeah.
Because like that's the only way it would make sense. Like to, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
To make sure nothing happens, like then I get it. It's almost like bringing like your whatever, your social date of birth, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like fucking school. You would have to get shots before you went back to school every so often.
Right.
It just didn't make sense.
For like cruises, theme parks, like concerts, I feel like.
Yeah, like concerts
eventually.
I can totally see.
Yeah, like I feel like they haven't like there's nothing now, but like I feel like eventually it will, while things go on, like it will be like that. If you want to do big things.
Especially if they start to take away like social distancing, then they'll totally ask for proof of vaccination.
Right. Yeah, like right now, people are getting vaccinated and that's just what it is. But if they start doing like no social or like eventually like no mask like everywhere.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so weird. It's so weird to think about, like not wearing a mask or anything.
And like just the kind of unsanitary things that we had already been doing, that I'm like, that was actually really very gross.
Yeah. I mean, think about like just the grocery store, like touching like a shopping cart. Yeah. Nobody wipes those down. No. They probably still don't wipe them down. To be honest with
you. I'm definitely I use a lot more hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't think about like going to the grocery store and then coming home and like washing my hands immediately. Like just like, things like that I'm like, oh fuck, like that's actually.
Yeah, I should probably wash my hands. Yeah.
I should probably not put my fingers in my mouth all the time. Like.
When I went to the Cubs game last week, they were they had like the spray bottles of hand sanitizer. Like they would just come by and do all like the poles and everything.
Oh wow.
Like any place that like, people constantly touch or anything.
Yeah.
They were just like, they just had like a crew of people that just would spray down like the handrails and stuff. Or different like bathroom, like they just sanitized everything.
Yeah. I mean, that makes that good. They probably should have been doing that all along. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, you think about like that events or like any events, everything's just filthy. It's just a bunch of humans smashed together.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of bathrooms. There's not a lot of anything.
No, and there's never soap in the bathrooms.
No,
and there's never like
so you're just
towels. So like, everyone's really washing your hands.
Yep, everyone's getting dirty.
Filthy humans. Anyway, let's talk about humans that I do like Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan.
The Winter Soldier. James Buchanan Barnes, my comfort character. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So let's start with thus far. How do you think the season's going for you?
It's really good, honestly. I really like, and just spoiler alert for anyone that's listening, if you haven't watched through episode 4 of The Falcon Winter Soldier, stop listening because we're going to talk about that.
And if you haven't, go fucking watch it.
Yeah, it was.
What are you doing?
Insane.
Mickey Mouse puts all the money into his shows.
It was insane. Like, Cody doesn't really watch Marvel things. That's not his. I found out he was Team Iron Man, and I don't even want to get into it.
And that was it.
And that was it. I was like, I don't know you. We're getting married.
Get out of here.
But he was sitting with me at the end of it because we were getting ready to like go somewhere, and I wasn't, obviously getting ready fast enough because I was watching The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And the ending, my jaw was just I
That
literally
was like
I literally sat there, Austin, next to Cody on my couch, just like, and I was just like staring back at Cody, and I was like, do you even know what this means? Like, went off the fucking rails, murdered somebody, murdered an actual innocent man. Not only was it an innocent, well, okay, Flag Smashers, not that innocent, but he wasn't the one that killed Lamar. He literally said, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
You jumped right to the end.
And if you watch earlier in the episode, the guy that he killed was the one that said he used to look up to Captain America.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, from the moment you see him, obviously we're all Steve Rogers fans. If you're not, go fuck yourself. All right. Everyone's a Steve Rogers fan. The second John Walker stepped on the scene, you're like, I hate this dude. I just don't like him.
When he has the chin strap on, he looks like a dork.
I hate him. I absolutely hate him. And I feel bad.
And he's just an asshole.
Because he had to know he was just going to be hated. And it's to the point, my loyalty to Steve Rogers is so deep that I don't like the actor. Like, if I see he's in anything, no, I won't watch it. Fuck you and your dad for being bad Marvel characters. I'm not doing it. His dad was Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
What is it with this family? Anyway, I can't. I have so many opinions on John. And Battlestar? Are you kidding me with this? Nickname? You're Battlestar?
Yeah. That's why Bucky just stop the car. Stop the car.
Literally. It was my favorite episode to date, I will say, because it has a very emotional callback to Wakanda at the very beginning, which I love, because especially, he's always been a secondary character in all of the movies so far, and I really like that you're getting to see the depth of him, and you're really seeing the struggle that he has with accepting himself and everything that he's done. So being able to see that, just, I don't know, it felt overdue, and it felt like, I'm really glad that they did. I feel like they owed it to Bucky to do something like that.
Oh, see,
Walker deserved to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, he did.
And for that, looking strong, John.
Oh,
amazing.
I think overall, I don't know. Like, the first episode was kind of confusing, I guess, because like in the second one, they kind of just like jumped to like meeting. So it's kind of like, does that make sense? Yeah. So, like, I feel like the first episode was unnecessary. Like, it did nothing I feel like the second episode was the first episode.
Yeah, because they set up.
It almost didn't set up anything, like, because you don't even see Morgan, like, in the flags. Like, you see the Flag Smashers, but you don't even see her.
Yeah. And
so, like,
it was like they needed to set up the backstory that, like, Bucky was working on it, and he has these overdue, he's trying to make amends with people, he's in therapy. Right. So you get the backstory that he's been pardoned by the government, he's in court mandated therapy, like, he's working through it. You get the background with Sam, whose family business is struggling, who has a sister who's depending on the business. Yeah. Just as an African American. Yeah. The extra struggles, obviously, that
get what they're doing. It just, like, I just feel like almost like now where we're at, like, it was almost unnecessary, some of it. Yeah. Like, does that make sense? Like,
no, I see. Like, they needed to do it, but it wasn't done super well.
Yeah, because like 2, 3, 4, it all meshes well. Like, it all makes like one story, but like I get one, but it's just like, it was kind of like, when I think back at it, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like whatever.
that could have been summed up in a, since then, they've been doing this, like
Yeah,
a quick 5-minute thing without the
yeah,
whole episode, especially since there's only like 6 episodes, right?
yeah. There's only 2 more left. So, because they're all like an hour long.
Yeah.
So, but besides that, I mean, I thought it's been great. I mean,
Yeah.
I love that Bucky. They keep showing like how he got over it too,
Mhm.
like the Wakanda scene, like
Mhm.
him like getting released. Someone said it as like what were they saying? I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about it's like, like almost it was like a ceremony of like washing away like the sins
Yeah.
almost. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
in a different fashion. But it was
Yeah.
like, like released of like all the bad you've done.
Yeah. It
Um,
was it was definitely like an overwhelming and I didn't expect that to be like basically the first fucking scene of the show, like of the
oh
episode.
yeah.
And I was just kind of like,
I mean,
oh,
yeah,
so
it
this
was
is how
like,
we're starting today.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's really cool. I mean, it looked like therapy helped him
Yeah.
until John Walker's like, fuck therapy. Only kill.
Yeah.
No therapy.
And then
He's like,
John
I'm gonna
Walker's out here
need
just
him.
a piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, the progression of John Walker, I feel like they try to make him likable because they do a little bit backstory and
Yeah.
like
That he has the
how
medals
am
of
I supposed to
honor
be
and
Cap and like I'm a military background, but he's like tries to be the nice guy, but like
but
he
also
turns it
just super arrogant right out the gate. Do you know who I am? Steve would never say that.
right.
Steve also didn't use a gun since
Oh yeah, I
he
know.
first rescued all of the people in what,
Yeah,
Italy?
the
He did
last time,
too. So the
the
second
last
John
time he used
Walker
the
walks in with a
gun,
fucking gun, I was like, no, I hate this
last
guy.
time he really used the gun was like when he was in like World War I or II or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's because like I mean, that's just what it was. He
And he
was
just didn't
technically a
know
soldier, like
yeah,
a
he didn't know what he
soldier.
was capable of yet, I don't think.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's been wild. I feel like now, like, I don't know, we're kind of all over the place, but that's okay. But
Yeah.
like Falcon is like just a left out person. Everyone's a super soldier except him now,
Yeah.
basically.
But
I just
I did like, and I like the kind of parallel when Zemo asked the Falcon, he's like, would you ever take it? And he instantly said no. And even Zemo was like, whoa, no hesitation, like, good for you, you're a good man. And then John Walker asked Lamar, and they're both like, oh yeah, absolutely, I'd take it 100%. Like, no,
yeah,
like that clearly shows already, like, that put even more of a divide between Bucky and Falcon and then John Walker and Lamar.
right.
The fact that they don't really see a problem with it is
Yeah.
already, not a great sign. And then
Oh yeah.
with after, John Walker gets his ass kicked by the Dora Milaje and he like is sitting there like basically weeping to himself, like they were
Yeah.
your soldiers. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just
And then
fucking
he's like,
better than you.
they're just badass.
And then for him to take a vial of the okay, this is the question I have for you. So he obviously stole a vial of the super soldier serum. Did he give it to himself? Because during the fight, the fight scene with Bucky, he had like John Walker had like bent metal around a guy's arm, and Bucky literally turned to him and said, like, what did you do? Did he
Yeah.
already take it?
Yeah, he took it. So like after he got beat up like by the Wakandans, he
Mm.
took it before that mission.
Okay. I was expecting there, I guess, to be
Yeah, they didn't
some
show it. I
scene or
didn't know
some
that
real
either.
confirmation
I think it's
that he took it.
for you to be like, it's for the audience to come to like, oh, he just bent the bar. This motherfucker actually took it.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
not, you know what I mean? It was more of like he
Oh
actually
shit!
did
Like
it.
this is real.
He had it and was thinking about it, but he actually did it.
Yeah, it was like the fight with the Dora Milaje just pushed him over the edge, and he was
Yeah,
like,
he's
"Yeah,
like,
I guess I
that's it.
fucking have
If
to."
I want to make it a fair fight, I have to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, you don't.
No, it
I mean,
was. I
Yeah,
also like
it's
was so confused how Lamar actually died. Like when it happened, I was like, he's not dead. He can't be
oh,
dead.
he got
Like
his
he just,
skull smashed in.
I
Like
guess,
when she punched him, and it was the
into like the support beam, whatever.
one more cop. No, I'm okay. I think okay. Um, I feel like I have to cough again. Is it gonna come?
There it is.
Okay. Um, yeah, like when she smashed him, it was like a into the pillar, but you hear like
Oh,
the
okay. Maybe
snap of the
I didn't
neck. It
hear
was
that.
like you remember in Amazing Spider-Man 2, like with
Oh, when you hear her head,
when
yeah,
Gwen like snap when she bangs her head on the ground, you hear like that snap.
yeah.
That's what that was. It's the
Okay,
same thing. It was basically like your head just like you hit something so hard it like snapped back.
yeah, okay. I just like wasn't sure because they were fighting and he'd gotten his shit rocked a few times already. And then all of a
Yeah,
sudden he just
no, but
stopped
that
moving.
was
And I
like
was like,
a super punch.
yeah, I mean, it was Carly. But then, like, for this is like obviously the Flag Smashers are kind of a controversial group because you can
I don't
see why
know.
they stand for what they stand for. But
Yes, I think like Falcon talking to her, like that conversation, I feel like she does mean good,
yeah,
but the way they're going about it is not good.
she's just taking it
Like
too
the
far.
concept is like the right thing,
Hmm.
but like because the organization like that they're trying to like stop is not really helping how they're saying they're helping.
Yeah,
Like people that have come out of the blip. Like the
yeah.
government's not really helping the people.
And I feel like she could have, when they stole the supplies from that GRC station, why did she need to blow up her car and kill all of those people? Like, and I know she said, like, this is the only language they understand, but like, you literally just stole a shit ton of supplies from them. Like, that's going to send a message. Like, why did you need to take it so far? And then
Yeah, no.
my other
I,
qualm with Carly is that when her fellow flag smasher super soldier was straight up getting murdered by John Walker, she just stood there and watched it happen.
I think I think like it just shows everyone coming like and seeing what happened, but I think people were just so shook.
Yeah.
There is nothing. What do you know what I mean? It was kind of like what just happened?
Yeah. And then for him to put the shield back on and you just see the bottom of it just covered with blood was just such an
Oh,
insane moment because even though Steve Rogers had used it in so many different fights and battles, you only ever saw it really like scratched. Like it
well,
was scratched by the Black Panther.
he never tried to decapitate someone.
Well, I don't even think he decapitated. I think he just like bashed his chest in
Yeah,
repeatedly.
I'm saying like that was like a
It was
almost
like, yeah,
it looked, you know what I mean? That's like what you do to try to like take someone's head off.
yeah,
He just kept going. It probably was his chest and they don't show it, but like in my
yeah.
brain, like you're holding the shield like that, like you could cut someone's head off.
Oh, easily. I mean, that's what in Civil War, that's what Tony thought was going to happen. But that's what everyone kind of thought was happening, like going to happen for a moment. And then you realize you just like killed the power to the suit. But like, it was just, and I think that's cinematically, I guess is probably not the right word, but like to see that symbol, the sheet, like Captain America's shield covered in blood in
Yeah.
an act of not
It's
even any
tainted.
patriotism, out of just revenge and anger and retribution, to just see that symbol that America loved and that they thought they were going to get what John Walker did, just see it covered in blood
Yep.
was
The
just
reputation ruined.
obliterated.
That shield means something to people, and now it's just covered in tainted blood.
And they're, of course, in like fucking, I think they're in like Latvia, and everyone was recording it. So it's not even just like Americans, like the entire world is seeing that, like,
Captain America just murdered someone in
just
cold
straight
blood.
up murdered someone in front
Someone
of
that he didn't even kill Lamar. He didn't do anything.
He was never anyone that did, like, Carly was the one who blew up her car. Like, Carly was the one who killed Lamar. Like, he actually, other than, you know, stealing supplies from the GRC, didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was insane. And I'm really nervous because I heard that episode 5 is like the most emotional.
Did you see the preview Disney put out for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think old man Steve comes, gives a little combo.
You think so?
I don't know the John Walker, but I feel like it's not like Steve's dead. He's just an old man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Also, do you think, because I do you think Sharon is the power broker?
I mean, yes and no. I can see it because she just like has all this power, like power broker, but she has like satellites and like she like runs that place. But she also could be like working for him, like right hand person.
Yeah.
Or like lover power
Yeah.
broker.
Like,
it definitely could be her, but like it almost seems like she's working like with or like for, you know?
If it's not her, I feel like it's someone that we know. Do you know what I
It
mean?
might
Just
be.
like and what was it, like the third episode with Zemo when they were in Madripoor, where they were showing these other people, like these other outlaws or whatever that were helping Zemo and were contacts. Like, you immediately, like, based off the name and seeing that, you saw them right away and you knew that they were new characters. Like, you didn't know them previously. But they keep alluding to this like super high and like mighty power broker. And you don't and I know he's supposed to be like a mysterious character and you like don't see his face or anything. I also feel like it could be like a curveball.
Yeah. So like Madripoor in general is supposed to be like it's like a big heavy mutant like thing in general. I don't think that there's gonna be in the show, but I'm saying like that is like a big city where there's a lot of mutant presence there because there's no rules. So there's nobody to, you know, mutants, a lot of them hide. So, but that's what people were talking about. Okay. So it could be a mutant that is the power broker, but we probably don't see the power broker in this season at all.
Yeah.
Like I think it's for like a movie or something. Or a second season of this show, or you know what I mean? Because a lot of these are a lot of setup. Like it's their own thing, but eventually lead to something bigger, like they always do. So it could either be a second season of this, or to like a movie, or because now Zemo escaped too, so Zemo's just gone.
Yeah.
And so,
and of course, now we know he has like a stupid amount of money and can go wherever the fuck he wants.
They think that Zemo might be in, like, when they make Black Panther 2, like a part of that, or the Wakanda show that they're making on Disney Plus. Yeah. But like, cause he's there now, he's just gone. He probably won't be there the whole rest of the time. Yeah, he might though. He might show up again. I don't know. He's just gone now.
Yeah, well, because they got really what they needed out of him,
right? Like, and you don't need him anymore. Yeah, like in there unless he's helping. But like now, it's just about the Flag Smashers.
Yeah, and I don't think at this point he adds any more value to the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's just, I'm so excited for this episode just to see. I don't know, just what happens and what John Walker even has to say after the fact.
Yeah. I mean, in that preview they showed they showed like Bucky and Falcon being like, and him being like, you don't want to do this. Yeah. They're like, no, we're doing this.
Yeah, like because he's just fucked up. Well, because technically the Falcon is still a part of the government. He's in the military. Like he has like full rights to go arrest John Walker for
Yeah.
fucking murdering someone in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
But
And like they were showing in that little preview, they added the thing from Captain America, the first one, but
mhm,
when the doctor was like, this enhances not only people who are good, but also bad people that to make them even,
yeah,
evil.
yeah,
So, but that's what it's talking about. It's like they picked Steve Rogers because they knew the super soldier serum couldn't go to someone that had bad intentions
hmm,
because it enhances those bad intentions.
yeah.
That's why
It like
Steve
in what they
Rogers
say,
was
like invites
chosen.
the a sense of supremacy. I think
Yeah.
they
And like, and they chose him because he was, as good as it was gonna get as
yeah,
a human being.
but
So
I don't even.
yeah,
It's
I know.
just
It's wild. I mean,
it's actually wild. Like
I think the power broker though, not power broker. I think Morgenthau is gonna go like I think she's gonna go like to Sam's family now because like
mhm,
she said she was.
yeah,
I feel like that's still on the table because like
especially
we
because in
haven't
the
seen
preview,
his sister.
yeah, you see him like in the preview. They're back in Louisiana, right?
Yeah, so I feel like there's something with that too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's just it. There was so much in the preview that like it's not just for episode 5. There's some like a little bit of episode 6 sprinkled in there, and it's gonna leave you on a cliffhanger, and it's gonna leave
Oh
us with a
yeah,
lot more questions. But I don't know. And there's so many because I'm Rachel, so I'm on like all over Marvel TikTok. But there are rumors apparently that like Bucky dies in the show. I don't think they would kill him. I think he still has a lot of progress to make as the White Wolf and separate himself
I
from the
don't think
Winter
they kill
Soldier.
him.
I don't think they
I
kill him.
I think they have a lot more stuff to get out of him, like
Yeah,
in movies and shows.
no, I agree.
But I really don't know what's gonna happen. I know they're gonna get the shield back. It's just gonna
Yeah,
be interesting to see who takes over the mantle, actually.
yeah. I
Like
think,
because it should be Sam, but Sam gave it up. Like
yeah.
I'm not saying it couldn't be still, but
Mhm.
I feel like it also could be Bucky now, as like you gave this up. You said you know what I mean? Like you didn't
Yeah.
want to do it. Like so I have to do it.
But I could still see Bucky being like, I, as someone who's done all the things that I've done, even as the Winter Soldier, I am not deserving of this. Because even in, I think it was, I'm terrible with episodes, episode 2 or 3, where they go see Isaiah and they do the chair thing. But he literally says, like, if Steve was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me. Like, Bucky's fighting so many demons that I don't like another layer that
Right.
he just doesn't need on him is obviously like the expectations that come along with the shield and being Captain America.
Yeah.
And
I
Sam, I think, stands for like the new America. Like he is African American. He did do, all of the right things. He's, fighting for his life every day. He's fighting for his family. Like I think Sam will probably take it over, especially because I could see him kind of trying to like dedicate it to Isaiah and being like, this is how it needs to be moving forward. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. I think Isaiah Bradley comes in at some point too again.
Oh, for sure. And I was watching, there's TikTok. Apparently Isaiah's son, I don't, or his grandson, I don't remember his name exactly, is a character in the Marvel universe in the
Yeah.
comics
So
that
like
like becomes, I think becomes the Patriot. I
yeah,
think
but
that's the name.
basically they're saying that like his grandson isn't a super soldier, but something happens where he needs a blood transfusion. So he gets the blood from him and becomes like, because they're trying to set up the Young Avengers too. So like, and he's a part of it. Yeah, and he's a part of it, and like that's why they showed like Wiccan and Speed.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, and like WandaVision, like it's all like Young Avengers people. So like they're also showing that, so they'll probably see that just a little bit because he's the last. Now that there's no more serum, he's the last person like that has it, the original, you know, the actual serum, like running through his veins that they use. So like, you know, they could somehow be, I don't know how, but
yeah, because I mean, we all know like Bucky wouldn't let anyone do testing on his blood to get any sort of serum. But I could see, because John Walker is now a criminal, I could see them doing some shit there, like behind the scenes, being like, yeah, you're right, we should be done. But then it's, you know, the US government, and they're like, let's keep testing.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
only 2 episodes left, and I don't know how it's going to play out.
I have no idea.
Me either.
Insane.
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, like, WandaVision, we all kind of knew, you know, how it was going to end.
Yeah, but they had more question marks.
I mean, it left more, especially for the next Doctor Strange movie. Specifically, like, that's what I feel like it opened all of those doors for. Whereas this, like,
and Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's just so many outstanding questions. But, like, what is it going to tie into? Like, I assume it'll tie into the Black Panther or the, you know, the TV show based on Wakanda because of the Dora Milaje and all of their influence on the show. But I just
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Me either. It's kind of like it's kind of like no one knows really.
It's gonna be interesting for sure. Like, as soon as the show is over, we're gonna have to do another like review or recap on it, because it's just gonna get wild, I think.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely can. But yeah, I mean, we just got to see what happens, because I don't know. I mean, the predictions are, I feel like John Walker, he won't be Cap, but I don't know what happens to him.
I could see him just like going rogue and just going off the grid.
Well, because he's technically like U.S. agent is like his, like that's what he is, like his name. So,
but I don't think he would like come quietly. I could see like Bucky and Sam just, you know, beating the shit out of him and winning, taking the shield, and then him just like running off and disappearing, because he knows he is literally like the front running, like most well-known soldier in all of America, and he just murdered someone, and there's proof. Like, he can't exactly come home to his wife and like live a happy life. Like, I could see him, especially with this new super soldier serum, just going AWOL and just like dropping off the grid and then coming up again later in whatever movie or whatever show. I don't think he'll come quietly. I think he's put up enough of a fight and resistance at this point, before he even took the serum, to just like come quietly now. Like, there's been a lot of anger that I feel like we've seen built up in him, for him to just be like, okay, you're right, I did a boo-boo, like, take me.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's true.
All right. I just realized how dark it had gotten in the room.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows. I guess we'll just have to find out in 2 more episodes.
I don't even know. Like, it's only Tuesday, and I'm not, you know, staying awake till the middle of the night on Thursday. Like, I'll watch it on Thursday,
no.
but And the fact that I have to wait until Friday and then wait through like a whole work day on Friday.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, Fridays, I just like, um, oh my God. Sorry, I can like hear background noise.
No, you're good.
No, yeah, like I know, like I work and I don't like try to like wake up early or watch anything. So
Yeah.
now I really can't like look at social media because before there wasn't really like anything like crazy spoilers, you know,
Yeah.
like WandaVision. Like I was like having to watch that,
Yeah.
but now after this episode, it's like I can't look at anything because I like now I need to know what's going
Yes,
on.
because especially like at least on TikTok, like the content that you're served is based on what you like. And I obviously like a lot of Marvel shit. So I see like I follow a lot of people who like break down episodes and they're like, here's the Easter eggs. This is what this means. I just have to avoid social media like all day on Friday
Until you watch it.
until I watch it. And that's going to be so hard. But this was a flex of mine. I didn't see, what was it? Infinity War? Endgame. No, Endgame. I didn't see Endgame for like months.
What?
It came out. And I didn't have any like I didn't get any spoilers. I somehow like was able to just avoid all of it in my life. Like I saw it came out in what, like April? I
Yeah.
saw it in like August, maybe as it was like just about to leave the theaters.
Why? What happened?
I just didn't go like Cody's not really a movie person, and I was in Iowa and didn't have
Like to go by yourself?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna go by myself. Like I don't want to be that person.
And then you finally were just like, all
and
right,
then I
I'm
finally
gonna
like
go.
had a coworker that I was talking to, and he was like, "We're gonna go see it after work today," and I was like, "All right, like let's fucking do it." And I cried 7 times. 7. I counted.
I think
7
that is the most. That movie is the most I've ever watched a movie in theaters. Actually,
Really?
and I saw that movie opening night, and then I saw it like a week later. I had to have seen it like 5 or 6 times in theater.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
and
It was just.
I saw it
It
so
was.
many times. I
And then
saw it,
when I.
yeah, like because opening day, I saw it another time here. I went to Florida and we watched it. I've seen it when they re-released it twice, like in late summer or fall or something. Yeah, it was like 5 times.
God damn. Like, and even I knew obviously that I was super emotional the first time I saw it. But then when I was going back through and rewatching all of the movies in chronological order, it just like I was not okay, you know? I was just I was just so sad and unwell. But like the more you watched it, the more you caught little things.
Yeah.
Like I didn't the first time I watched it at the very end, like when Happy asked Morgan what she wants and she says cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
lost it. Like
got
and
the cheeseburgers.
funeral scene. I was just sobbing and Cody came into the room and I was like, and I was just a mess.
She just wants the cheeseburger.
You just wanted a cheeseburger.
And then Happy's like, I'll get you a cheeseburger.
I'll get you all the cheeseburgers you want. Like, Happy. I can't.
Yeah, that movie is, it's so sad.
It's so sad.
The memorial is just the whole memorial stuff is just so sad.
And the fact that I don't even remember the kid's name now, and that's terrible. The kid
Oh,
from
yeah.
Iron Man 3 being there.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh,
Yeah, that. Yeah, that was such a. That's sad.
it was a cinematic masterpiece, is what it was.
And Infinity War is when Spider-Man just drifts away. Also sad. I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
I don't feel so good,
Who's
Mr.
the first
Stark.
fade away? Was it Bucky? And he's like,
I think
Steve,
so.
and then he just falls and is gone. Like, even
Yeah.
in that moment, he still turned to Steve, his best friend, and I was like, oh, no, Bucky. I'm obviously a Bucky fan.
Sorry. I'm just thinking about just so much.
I don't think, I mean, like, I still have so many questions, and there's a million things I could talk through, but I need to see this week's episode. I need it.
Yeah. I want to know what happens, like who becomes Cap, like for the movies going forward, and go from there.
Yeah, that's all we
I
can.
don't think anybody else like is gonna show up.
No, I don't think so. I don't think at this point in time they would introduce anyone new.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't even know where it goes. We haven't even seen any ending credit stuff. Like none of them have had it.
No,
So
WandaVision didn't have an ending credit until
yeah, it was like the last
Agatha
3
episode,
or something.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Maybe they'll
first,
have one next episode, like to start.
maybe to start it, like if like Zemo doesn't come back to start, kind of like the tease of like what will come moving forward.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
no one knows.
We're just here sitting, just
Shaking our heads. Like I don't.
what to know. Well,
Mm,
we'll just have to wait to find out.
I guess so.
I think we're good.
I agree. I will. Do you want to do a wrap up?
Sure.
Farewell for the fans.
Well, that was our review, or just us talking in random parts about what we like. Not even about what we don't like. But
There's not much to not like though,
no,
other than John Walker.
right. Yeah, I don't have any issues. So we'll be back after the next 2 episodes to give a final recap, and
You better
we'll
believe
talk
it.
then.
All right. Goodbye.
And we're out.